and it's a good one. He actually gets a shot onto Vexite's head. He was aiming at Gyra, but it's going to work out. He's gotten a kill. He's done a lot of damage, and he's set Order back a step as well.
Yeah, I think he thought he killed Gyra and started to try to make that adjustment over to that other player. Doesn't work out well for him. Addict, so key in the pistol round. Here's a lot of these footsteps, and as a result, you're going to see a B-site stack here for Vertex. This could be disastrous for Order. Smoke combs onto Monster. That's going to buy time for the players to get into position, and Addict is still good for a flank here. Not sure if he feels comfortable risking it, though. He's just sitting in the backside of Connector.
4-on-4, not the worst place to be for Vertex. Got two players defending the Monster Tunnel, though Apokdud is obviously focusing a little bit more on what might come from short. Addict on the wrap behind is going to be a big piece of the puzzle here for Vertex, but he'll need to pick up the pace a little because the hit is starting to come through from Order. Apokdud does well to dispatch of Ricky. Order on their way to the A-bomb site, but Vertex have called it. They've heard it, I think. The rotation coming up, and they've got motion there in place. The scout shot rings true onto Valiance. 9 seconds to plant the bomb. Motion wants to make the play again. He goes through the smoke. Similar to what we saw from him on Dust 2, trying to push his way into the B-bomb site through the Molotov, remember. But it puts us back to 3-on-3.
Might have gotten a bit overly ambitious. Still winnable here for Vertex, but they need to pick up the pace. There's no kit or any utility for them.
Brace with the CZ in hand isn't going to have too much to do. Apokdud shuts it down. The smoke is going to be the factor, and there isn't really one there for Vertex. They can't get control of this bomb, but they get at least all of the kills. They won't win the round, but they can pick up an AK. I wonder if there's something else on offer here for Brace. He's gone searching all the way into Fountain. But it looks like Order have ferried that gun away, whatever it was. So it'll be a MAC-10 that comes through for the CT side. In the end, a round victory for Order, but a very close thing.
Yeah, they lost a lot of guns in the pursuit of that round. Vertex,
They get at least
would feel like they'd want to go for a force here, but Vertex, I think, showing quite a bit of confidence, quite happy to just go for some damage here. They've got an AK, they've got a couple of guns which can do some economic damage in terms of the Deagle getting dropped over, and they're feeling good about their CT rounds going forward. Should get an AWP up on PZ. So, look, if Vertex can pull a couple of guns off of Order in this round, then they're looking good going forward on that CT side if they can pick up that first gun round there. As for Order, doing what you'd expect on an anti-eco, smoke into bathrooms, flash over the top of Long, as well as a molly in towards Divider.
Wow. That is a shot from Attic. He's been sharp tonight with the Deagle.
Yeah, I'm looking at Apokdud as well, who's in the perfect position. You've lost your player in towards bathrooms. So actually, you can't really clear short A here, but it seems like Vertex is going to go for a boost over the smoke. That's a perfect play. They are playing so well off of each other right now, Jordan. And that's going to be a 5-on-3 here for Vertex. Yes, they don't have great weaponry, but when Ricky's missing smokes like that, you might be feeling a little bit better about things.
He's not too pleased with it either. A little slash of the knife on the wall. You can tell there's some frustration there for Order. Lucian's going to go for a push here, and he's going to spot the information. Gets actually a sizable amount of damage on the Vexite.
I mean, smokes like that are a side effect of not being super comfortable on the map, perhaps. Either way, they're going to kick it off to 8.
20 seconds left to work with here for Order. This is going to be perfect. Needs to start there for Ricky, but Apokdud takes one down, and they don't expect PZ, who spams away with the Deagle, leaves it onto Addict. And there's only one place now that Ricky can beat.
Exactly. It's cleared the rest of the site. Ricky going to wrap around to bathrooms, so not sure if he'll be heard.
Is there a defuse kit somewhere for Addict to play with? I'm not sure that there is. He's going to tap the bomb. Flash is going to come through. Addict has been spotted off the bomb, or at least the bomb was spotted with no Addict on it, and so that'll be the round 1 by Order. Oh, such a disappointment for Vertex, who was so close again.
It's
and
fine.
yet so far away.
Yeah, it sucks to not pick that round up, but after all said and done, you know, they're going into their gun round next, and they have once again bankrupted Order. Order just finding such a struggle picking up some of these rounds. It was just such great heads-up play for Vertex. The boost over the smoke. You absolutely love to see those little things. And that's what Vertex are to me in a nutshell. Great chemistry. They got a lot of gimmick plays, but they also got a lot of big picture strats as well. Into the first gun round though, utility not as good as I actually expected on Vertex, but it's a decent buy all things considered. They've got that AWP as well. And it seemed like they were anticipating a play towards that B side of the map. Oh,
Nice shot from PZ. You'd love to see him start to ramp things up with the AWP tonight as well. He's been pretty good so far. He can make a big difference on the CT side of Overpass.
for sure. No doubt about that. Order now in a 4-on-5, and we've talked about it. The last couple of rounds have been a struggle for them. Their money is not thanking them for it, and this could be Vertex actually kind of hard resetting them on the T side here, which is not something that happens too often nowadays.
It would be good to see the fruits of their labor come to bear. I see a couple of footsteps. I don't even know what I was going for there, Brisky, but either way, he gets the
technically kill. Technically true.
It does get a couple of footsteps, yeah. You're right. Vexside has crept his way up toward the A bomb site, but now that he's been spotted out, it's a little bit more difficult for him. Motion wins the duel.
Yeah. There's no cohesion at all on this T side, right? This just looks like frustration. Individual players on Order just trying to go and make something happen. It's quite uncharacteristic to see them just die to basic angles and miss smokes and things like that. But like I said, this is a side effect of this is not a map that you have a lot of reps and officials on. And that's where some of those mistakes are going to come out. Not to mention the fact that, look, you know, it's a bit of a slack thing to say, but realistically, Vertex don't actually have very much on the line here. Like, it's good to get a little bit of extra prize money. It's good to play in a top 4 tournament, but they're here to try to upset. They are the ultimate underdogs, being that 4th place team coming into the seeding. Whereas Order are realistically, you know, they're still hoping for Renegades to go down in that upper bracket, but they are still steering their own ship, you know. They are masters of their own destiny if they want to go to the major, and that comes with a whole bunch of extra pressure, no doubt.
That is true. I have to say, the way things are looking at the moment, it doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence for Order that even if Renegades were to get down to that lower bracket, that they would be able to beat them. So, good to see some really fast winds of change coming through for the T side and for Order in general. Need to, of course, get over the line against Vertex tonight to begin with, and then the rest can be a discussion point. But now it's kind of what if. Apoc Dud puts Valiance to bed in dirty water. Won't quite get back out alive, though, because Gyra's waiting with the Deagle. And just when you sense the opportunity is there for Vertex to really start to gain control of this half, Order bounce back again and have the numbers advantage. Addict, nice spray down onto Vexite, but Yustilo's there for the trade, and so if that's all Order does for the rest of this round, they're going to win from here.
Oh, that might be the key frag, though. That's the player taken out of dirty water. There's no way they expect motion there. They saw the flash. Vertex. Now, eco, build their CT side money up, and even take the round leads here.
This is only for water, not even any armor. And that's a rather unceremonious death for Ustillo. Addict will just finish him off without a second thought. Looks like he wants to go for a little bit more here. It could cost Addict his life, but slowly but steadily, Vertex are righting the ship.
Looking clean. Haven't dropped a gun yet. They're closing this one up with 5 alive. You know, we're early on in this half. That's where they want to be. Yeah. They're looking sharp as well. 3rd map of the series, and we're seeing crispy aim out of Addict. All right. CT money looking good here, Jordan.
It is indeed. T-money, not quite so much. Loss bonus will be building up for Order, though. It's at 2,900 right now. Not going to be enough to get them a buy next round if they do drop it here. Tex in a good spot, but PZ will bite the bullet of Ricky. So it's an exchange, 1 for 1, which is not the end of the world for Vertex, so it does still favor Order a little.
Ray's going to find a kill as well. 4 on 4 here. Order going to split up 1-3. Vexite probing into bathrooms, looking for a pick. He's actually kind of circumvented the majority of the CTs over here towards long. That's a great timing for him. The rest of Order creeping out Monster. Both of these teams kind of walking straight past each other, and we're going to end up in a very awkward situation.
Epoch Dud might not like what he is going to see in a second or two. He's going to get forced back away around the corner. Now Flash is headed in his direction, needs the help from Motion, who is able to set himself up nicely with the Org for at least the first, before Gyra will take his head off.
Oh.
But Brace has gotten behind the monster tunnel, takes out Gyra. He saw Ricky as well walking down the steps, so he's aware there's a second there. And that info is given over to Addict. Vexite's making too much noise. They've definitely heard him. And surely no chance in this round anymore with 25 seconds on the board. He's just trying to pick the pace up. He's trying to charge in the direction of that bomb, but Vertex win another.
I just don't think that Vertex actually Order kind of put the pieces together in that round. They saw the CTs playing retake on B. They saw one back of ABC and one in heaven, no one on the site. And Vexite's able to walk all the way through bathrooms onto the A site, and he's calling for them to come back to A. But you're thinking to yourself, all right, where are the rest of the CTs? Are they just 4 stacked on B? Well, that's not super likely. So surely it's a long setup, right? But I guess they didn't expect that the CTs would push all the way through long into their spawn. And unfortunately, that's where Vexite calling, hey, I've got this A site for free. If you just rotate straight up connector, we've got this round, ends up being a death sentence because Vertex has already taken the entire map. And that's what I'm liking from Vertex at the moment. That's the main thing that I'm absolutely loving seeing, is that not only on an individual basis are they unafraid to go out there and take duels and take initiative, and a lot of the time winning it, but they're also just making plays as a unit. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Order, no doubt. And I also want to mention as well that Vertex, they're taking a lot of agency here on the CT side, but actually from the last 7 or 8 games, they have a much stronger T side than CT. They get a lot of their rounds on the T side.
That's a good point. I just realized I lost 30,000 channel points on that last map. So that's unfortunate for me.
You mad, bro?
I went all in on Order to win Ancient, and they did not. So I wouldn't say I'm mad. I'm just a bit disappointed.
Don't
now
worry.
It's 4 on 5. I should have gone all in on Vertex to win this one, to be honest. And I might be able to get some of my channel points back. They're looking good. Addict continues to be sharp. He's being pressured by Ustillo, but he'll be safe from behind, he'd think. The backup of his teammates. Not quite. In the end, he It does actually go down to Ustillo, but overall, numbers are looking pretty solid here for Vertex in this round. PZ with the AWP, still locking down the A bomb side, and even though Ricky and Ustillo are headed in his direction, he's got the backup of his teammates. He can keep an eye on Long, knowing that APOC Dud is watching toward bathrooms, although that maybe didn't quite get communicated. 6-3 still. Works out for Vertex. They take the AWP through to the next round.
Yeah, their money's looking great. I'm sure there's going to be some people out there who have lost a little bit more than channel points on this map. I think the odds were, what, we saw them come up at the start of the half.
1 to 7
I can't remember what they, 1 to 6 or 1 to 7 or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But equally, that's a lot of people who are not going to be happy if Vertex are going to be picking up overpass here. Either way, I will be happy because I love Vertex. I love seeing an upset. And they damn well deserve it. There's nothing gimmicky going on right now. Vertex are playing some rock solid CS, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of what we're seeing here. This could be a real upset in the making. Still only 9 rounds into the first half of the third map, but Vertex continues to impress, and the more we see of them in this series, the more likely it looks that they're actually going to be able to do this.
Bit unlucky though. Addict just gets popped through the top side of that smoke. Pretty weird spot to be pre-firing. I think Ricky may be trying to pre-fire the boost there and just catches Addict in transition. But this is where Vertex are not afraid on that CT side to make pushes, to take map control. Gyra actually does pick up PZ here. Brace still with some long control.
He's in a good spot to shut down this push from Order. Since they clear him out, doesn't look like that's happened. Gyra managed to grab his death. And APOC Dud getting another one. Order just can't get into any of these bomb sites. Ricky is walking his way into B, but I'm afraid it's a bit too little too late. You slow with 30 seconds, can't get his way down there, and if he does, I mean, he's going to have to make a bunch of noise. You're already starting to see that info coming through for the CT side as well. But a nice shot from Ustillo makes at least a possibility that this round can still go the way of Order.
He's got to cross to the site, though. The cross on ABC, denied. Ricky, he should have been controlling that angle, maybe anticipating that both of those players would have been towards the A side of the map, and that's the second time where Order, they tried to call the audible and go back towards the other side of the map, but they haven't taken the map control to be able to do it, unfortunately. Half of that work in terms of making those rotations comes down to the default, comes down to mid-round. You have to be going back. You have to be taking that connector control, you know, ensuring that you know what's clean and what's dirty and that you're pushing the CTs back and denying them information. And if you can't, you know, if you can't dot your I's and cross your T's and go through all of the steps, you really can't be running the clock down. You have to play a bit more of a straight-up game, if you ask me.
Might be another buy to come through from Order into round number 11. AWP in hand for PZ, Addict, and APOC Dud seem to be the two that have been doing the majority of the work for Vertex on this CT side so far. 12-5 and 11-3 respectively. No, but even Brace, he's been doing well. 8-3 for himself. Faster play in towards short order from Brace this time. He's going to take... And that's a double to start the round.
Right, where these are not super uncommon utility sets on Overpass, and because I feel like a lot of the time they would be super switched on to that kind of play. No one anti-flash on that exact flash that you see. You know, it's not like that's a special play or anything. That's something that, you know, but two players getting caught completely blind and just die for free, it just doesn't feel like Order to me.
Well, maybe it's not. Credit where it's due for Vertex. They are really putting Order under the pump. And I think Order at this point is starting to feel the pressure now. If it was not starting to come through on map number 2, then down 7-3, potentially, most likely 8, then your chances of going to the major are